Now from the top, make it drop. That's some wet. That's some wet. Now get a bucket and I'm
popping, y'all. It's your girl, Ghetto Princess, and I am back with another video. Period. Anyway, y'all, as you guys can tell by the title down below, you already know what your girl's finna be doing today. Period. Like, your girl was finna be doing a story time. And yes, you read the title right, a story time on how I got cheated on. Now, before I get into the video, let me just say this, ladies. It don't matter how pretty you are, how skinny you are, how slim thick you are, how fat you are, how ugly you are. It does not matter about none of that. A nigga will still cheat. Okay, y'all, so I want to say this started over a little over 2 years ago. Now, if you guys know me, you guys know I have a child from a previous relationship. If you guys don't know, just stay tuned because that story time will be coming soon also. Now, I guess you could say I was in a little entanglement with my oldest daughter's, well, we just gonna say sperm donor, okay? So I was in a relationship / not relationship with somebody, and pretty much that didn't go well. So, you know, at the time I was a little heartbroken over it and stuff like that. And by the way, before we really get too deep, I just want to let y'all know, if y'all hear babies in the background or if you hear any type of noise in the background, I do have my AC running and I do have my 2 girls with me. So yeah, usually when I do videos they're asleep, but anyway, let's go. So I just gotten out of a relationship. You know, your girl was heartbroken. Pretty much your girl was heartbroken, and it wasn't because I got cheated on in that relationship. It was just because at the time I was a single mom. After I got out of the relationship, I was a single mom. I was doing stuff for me and my daughter by myself, and at the time it was hard because your girl wasn't making no coins like that. You know, your girl had coins coming through, but it wasn't coins like coins, you know. So pretty much I was trying to just wrap my head around being a single mom, you know, trying to get my life together and pretty much figure out how was I gonna fend for me and my child. At the time I had a support system, but I really didn't, because it was like after I had my daughter, not a lot of people helped me do things for my child, or not a lot of people offered to help to do things for my child, which is totally normal. It tends to happen a lot, but whatever. But for the people that did help me with my daughter, thank you, I appreciate you. So my daughter was about, I want to say my daughter was about 3 months when this person came along. We just gonna call him Trey. So Trey was fine as fuck, don't get me wrong. Trey was fine as fuck, you know, fine as fuck beach. So Trey was fine as fuck. He was cute or whatever, you know. And honestly, I was in a stage in my life where, like I said, I was heartbroken, and I just wanted something extra to take my mind off of whatever I was going through. Even though when I woke up in the morning and I looked at my daughter, she took me away from the world, just looking at her little face in the morning, and they still do take my breath away every time I stare at them. So no, I'm not saying they don't, but I just wanted someone that I can talk to and get things off my chest. So at the time, Trey was, I guess you could say, inboxing me on Facebook. This did start on Facebook. And he started inboxing me on Facebook and started, you know, talking to me or whatever. And I don't briefly remember the conversation we had, but he wanted me to call him. So we get on the phone and we having a conversation, you know, I'm having a conversation with him, and I literally like just break down and start crying to Trey, like, well, to this person, Trey. And I'm literally like legitimately just crying, and I'm telling him like I'm so hurt and I'm just over it. Like, I'm tired. I just want shit to be right again. You know, like, I have a baby. I don't want to be played with. I'm tired of being played with. I'm tired of being heartbroken. I'm tired of being messed with. You get what I'm saying? I want somebody where I can actually, you know, build with, not, you know, demolish. You feel me? Like, I don't want that. I don't want somebody to feel like I gotta be brought down, or I don't want to make myself feel like I gotta be brought down, you know, or I want somebody that I can actually build with. So pretty much the conversation got deep and it started from there. So moving on to, you know, me and Trey was messing around for a couple months, you know. Now, before I get into any details, this is the only person I brought around my daughter and let interact with my child. So I go to his house, you know, and I introduce my daughter to him or whatever. And I know some of y'all might be like, that's a little too early. A couple months is not. It's not a long time. It's not enough time. But sometimes you just tend to meet the right person and feel as though it's okay, you know. Sometimes that person gives off the impression of it's okay to say and do things around them, and, you know, bring the people you love to meet them and stuff like that. So I felt as though that was the perfect moment for Trey to meet my daughter. Now, mind you, like I said, my daughter was about 3 months at this time, so she didn't really, you know, she didn't really remember nothing. She doesn't really know anything. So I want to say about 4 to 5 months into me meeting this person, was it? Yeah, okay. So around October, me and him got together. September, October, and around January of the same year that me and him got together, I started noticing, like, you know, little shit that would kind of like raise a red flag, you feel me? So Trey started coming to my house. He started staying the weekends, you know. Me and him would go out, we would take pictures, post them on social media, and I started to notice that I started to get followers, you know, started to get female followers. And I want to say about 5 female followers, I want to say. So I remember Trey posted up a picture of me and him that we took on Thanksgiving, actually. He posted it up on his Instagram. And I remember getting this one female request. I'm not going to say her name, but sis, you know who you are. And I remember getting this female requesting me, and I remember accepting it. Now, when she requested me, I knew something was completely off, because I've gotten a follow request from her before when I first started messing with him. So I accept the follow request, and, you know, nothing happened. She would like my pictures that I would post up with him only. Now, let me just say this. If a bitch is only liking your pictures when you post a picture up with your nigga, sis, something ain't right. Something is going on. Point blank, period. I don't give a fuck about none of that. So I'm asking Trey, like, you know this girl, like, who is she? You feel me? And Trey looked at me and was like, yeah, I know her. You know, me and her used to go to school together or whatnot. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And I said, okay, so it's nothing I got to worry about, pretty much. That's what you telling me, right? And he was like, nah, she ain't nobody to worry about. So I'm like, okay, cool. So the following weekend, Trey comes back to my crib, and he stays the night or whatnot. And I noticed that his phone was off. But this is not the first time. Now, mind you, let's get into the details. This is not the first time that I noticed Trey's phone was off, okay? The last couple of times that he would come to my house, his phone would be off, and it would always appear to be dead. So I remember, you know, just telling him, like, what's wrong with your phone? Where's your phone at? And out of nowhere, I legitimately started tripping. And my mom was sitting at the dining room table, and I will never forget this day. My mom looked at me and she was like, no, he's a good person, you know. Stop thinking like that, you know. Don't throw off your energy with him. You get what I'm saying? Because maybe this is the one. And I'm looking at my mom like, Mom, I'm not stupid. I know. First and foremost, let me get something straight. His phone was too clean. Wasn't no text messages from no bitch, no incoming, outcoming calls, none of that. And his phone was always on silent. I know something ain't right, baby. I'm not stupid. Anyway, I look at Trey, and I remember it was probably around like 8 o'clock at night. And I look at him and I go, let me see your phone. He said it's somewhere on the couch. It's dead. So me being me, I was finna just pick his phone up and check if it was dead and then toss it. So I pick his phone up and I click the, you know, little iPhone button, got the button on the side to turn it on. I click that button, and next thing you know, the little Apple sign comes up. Now hold on. Before I even get into these juicy ass details, bruh, let me just put another detail in there. So when I first met Trey, he had an Android. Yes, he was a part of the Android community. Somewhere in between January or December, he told me that his grandma bought him an iPhone. Now, I'm telling y'all this for a reason. Just remember this. I'm telling y'all this for a reason. So, he told me his grandma bought him an iPhone. Okay, cool. Like, you feel me? Cool. So, I told him, I said, okay, so, when you get the iPhone and stuff, FaceTime me. So that way, you know, you can have my number on your new phone. So, he's like, okay, cool. All right, so now let me jump back to where I was. So, I grabbed Trey's phone off the little rocking chair that my mom had in the living room, and I turned the phone on. And when I turned the phone on, the first thing, mind you, he told me his phone was dead. But when I turned his phone on and let everything load up on the iPhone, I literally just wanted to see if his phone was dead. So that was a red flag. You lied to me about your phone being dead, first and foremost. So, you know, I locked it. I caught an attitude. But before I could even lock it fully, I threw it back on the couch and the iMessage came up. It wasn't even an iMessage. It was a regular text message. Now, Lord knows I should have texted this hoe back. Lord knows I should have chewed this bitch the fuck up when I seen the message. But I didn't, you know, like, I don't know what I was thinking, bro. I should have. I really should have. Think about it now. I should have went back and hit this hoe up like, bitch, who the fuck is you? But, you know, he had a real good explanation for this. So, you know, I pick his phone back up real quick and I'm like, what's your password? Put your password in. Who the fuck is this random ass number texting your phone? So the first thing he said was, oh, that's my cousin. That's every nigga favorite line. That's my cousin. That's my sister. That's my friend from school. He knew not to tell me it was his friend from school because, baby, I would have wilded the fuck out on him. So he tells me, oh, that's my cousin. So he gets to breaking down on how this girl is his cousin. Now, let me make one thing clear. If a nigga ain't claiming you, baby, move the fuck around. Move the fuck around. If he is talking about some, you his cousin, you his cousin, you his cousin, you his sister, you his whatever, move the fuck around. You shouldn't even be making yourself look that dumb. But anyway, so, you know, I come and, you know, I'm just reading the text message. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Now, mind you, if this was your cousin, why is she saying something that sounds like it belongs to another message, but there's no message there? So where is the previous message that this message that she sent you is at? Where is this message at? So I'm asking Trey and I'm like, okay, so she likes what? What is she talking about? The message was, I like that one better. So in my head, I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? She like what better? So he looked at me and he said, you know, she said that she liked the rings. I sent her a picture of rings and asked her which ring I should get you because I was planning on proposing to you. Well, no, giving you a promise ring on Christmas. Mind you, this is like mid-December. We ain't even hit the time that I actually found proof that he cheated on me, okay? So I'm telling you all of this because all of this is going to add up eventually. And when I do tell you, when the stuff get juicy, okay? So, okay. Now, he tries to, you know, make up a little sob story, whatever, about how he sent her supposedly a picture of rings. And she was picking out what picture, you know, well, what rings that he should get me or whatever. Or what ring he should get me and shit. And I'm just like, okay, you know, I was still a little heated because I had a feeling he was lying to me. But I let it slide. So, you know, your girl let it slide or whatever. And I kept it pushing. Like, I ain't, you know, I wasn't worried about it no more. I wasn't tripping no more. So, moving on. Now we just gonna fast forward, okay? We gonna fast forward. We gonna fast forward to about January. Now, I'm not going to get into too much details in this part because if I do, y'all gonna know who I'm talking about. Even though if the bitch watched the video, she know exactly who I'm talking about. But I don't give a fuck. So, you know, we moving on to, you know, January. Now, mind you, it's around January, I want to say 18th. And it's nighttime. It's about 2, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. And we laying down. This time we at his house. We laying down in the bed or whatever. He falls asleep because he has work the next day. And, you know, me and my daughter is just laying down chilling. I put my daughter to sleep, you know. And mind you, damn, I want to get into details for real, but I feel like I can't because, you know, I don't want to make him mad either because we still do, you know, whatever. So, alright, fuck it, whatever. Okay, so by the time this rolled around, he was already taking care of my daughter, you know, he was doing, you know, he was playing daddy role. My daughter dearly loves this man as her father because he's the only one she really knows. But I'm going to get into that in another story time because I know y'all want to hear about that. So, you feel me? Me and Trey, we laying in the bed or whatever, and we sitting there, we chilling. Like, he fell asleep, my daughter fell asleep, while I put her to sleep, and I'm still up. His phone is on the charger. He gets a text message, and I'm going through his phone. Now, Lord knows he knew what he was doing that night. I go towards his phone, and I open his phone. At this point, his phone already had a password on it that I knew. Okay, so I go to his phone, you know, I unlock his phone, and I see a text message, and the text message said, "What you doing?" Luckily, I memorized the number from the previous time, from when he supposedly sent her pictures of the ring that wasn't really true. So I pick up my phone and I unlock my phone and I say this bitch number in my phone. Now I was on some stalker shit. I didn't give a fuck. I saved this number. I saved the number in my phone. I remember texting the phone number back and saying, "Who's this?" and playing it off like if I didn't know who it was because I supposedly didn't have the number saved in my phone. The whole time it was really his phone that I was texting off of. The girl texts back and we just gonna name this bitch. What is we finna name her, y'all? We finna just name this bitch K. K, that's her name, K. So K texted back and was like, "It's K." And I'm like, so this is where shit gets spicy at. So I remember that somebody named K followed me on Instagram 2 times, not 1 time, 2 times, okay? I go on K's profile on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, so this the girl that he been fucking with. No wonder why this bitch been following me all and off. So I follow K back, and mysteriously I get a follow back from her. Like, she followed me. Now, mind you, I already told y'all that she had already followed me in the beginning. So apparently this hoe was stalking my page, you feel me, and was just unfollowing me, follow me, unfollow me, follow me, because apparently he told her that he wasn't fucking with me no more, you know. So okay, cool. Do what you gotta do, baby. I ain't pressed, cause in the end he still came home. Okay, cool. So here we go, I go to sleep mad. Pretty much I go to sleep mad. He wakes up the next morning, I'm acting funny. Bitch, don't touch me, don't kiss me, don't none of that. Go ahead, go to work. Take your ass to work. You feel me? And when I find out what I need to find out, then we could talk when you get back to the crib. So, okay, cool. He leaves to the crib. I DM this girl. I said, look, listen. Pretty much I said, look, listen. I need to know what's going on between you and him. Because I'm not stupid. Something got to be going on. And I want all the details. So, the girl texted me back, and at first she lied, and pretty much she was like, nah, ain't nothing going on. And I say, you sure? Because it seemed like you got something to tell me. So she was like, you know what? I'm going to keep it 100 with you. And just started running down. I wish I really still had screenshots of this bullshit. But like I said, it happened 2 years ago. So I ain't got no screenshots. Well, matter of fact, it happened in the beginning of the year of 2019. Right? Yeah, 2019. Like literally like a couple weeks into 2019, probably like 2 weeks into 2019. So now, oh yeah, by the way, if I close my eyelids and y'all see glitter on top of my eyelashes, don't worry about that. That was just glitter that I put on afterwards. But anyway, so you feel me? She texted me back and just started texting me paragraph after paragraph, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, cool. And pretty much she was just going into details about how he would come over there when he wasn't with me, and he would stay the night over there and shit like that. And at the time, I really couldn't fix myself to cry because I was just so mad. Like, I remember how I felt, and sometimes I still feel that way, you know? It's fucked up. But I remember I was so mad. And I remember telling myself, I'm going to flip the fuck out on him when he come home. I'm body shots, bitch. So, it was to the point where, like, all these screenshots was coming all at once. And she was also running down to female. She was also pretty much running down to me what other females he was fucking with. So, I'm like, hold on. It caught my fucking, like, I don't know, like, I just felt like my chest caved in, and I'm like, damn, hold on. All this shit happening too fast. Just give me a second. So, you know, she get into details, and I'm hurt. Like, you feel me? I'm hurt, but I'm hurt to the point where, like, I'm not sad yet. I'm mad. I'm hurt to the point where I'm mad because I let you come in, and I introduced to you something that I felt as though was so, well, that fuck all that, fuck what I felt. I was just so upset because I let my daughter meet you, and I let you raise her. Well, I let you help me raise her, and we still in the process of raising her. You get what I'm saying? So I was hurt. You feel me? And it fucked my head up because of the fact that my daughter was already talking at this stage. Like, my daughter was already, you know, her first words was dada, and it wasn't even towards her biological father. It was towards him. So the shit fucked my head up a lot. Like, you know, and it still fucks my head up to this day, but we got past it, whatever. Anyway, so, you know, old girl just sending me the messages, and I'm sitting here in my bag like, yo, this shit hurt. I'm hurt. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm hurt for real. So, I text his phone because it was just so much all at once, and I couldn't hold it in no more. I text his phone, and I'm like, yo, like, is you fucking serious, my nigga? Like, after everything I done told you, after all the bullshit I told you I went through, not only that, but after me introducing my daughter to you, somebody that I love with all my heart and would do anything for, somebody that I really, really care about, to the point where, like, I'll die for them. I introduced my daughter to you, you feel me? Like, somebody that means something dearly to my heart and my soul, you feel me? So, you know, he was like, no, she's lying. I've never, you know, I haven't messed with that girl until, you know, once I started messing with you, I didn't mess with her no more. I said, what do you mean, bro? I said, she sent me messages and videos with you and her together. This girl sent me videos of him and her together 2 days after me and him were together. And I was like, what the fuck? So, you know, I hung up on him because at that moment I didn't even want to talk no more. Like, I just wanted to pack my shit and go. okay? I just wanted to pack my shit and go. I didn't want to stay there no more. I wanted to forget everything. I didn't care. I was hurt. I was hurt. I was honestly, truly hurt. And I'm not gonna lie, that hurt me more than any relationship I've ever been in. Yes, my previous relationship hurt me, but I told y'all how that affected me. It didn't affect me in the sense of me being so in love with him. It just affected me in the sense of my child. But this shit right here, bruh, this shit right here hurt my heart to the core. Like, dead ass. So, you know, I didn't want to talk at that moment no more. I didn't want to talk. I was just so done. I was over everything. I was tired of being played with. At that point, I literally set my mind on, I'm just going to move on with my daughter. I'm going to make a life for me and my child. That's it. I don't want nobody else. Okay. Trey get home from work. And I'm on the phone with this girl, talking to her, like, what's going on? Like, I want to know what's up, for real. So she's explaining it to me and stuff like that. And it hurt me so much to the point where I called my mom. And my mom knows that I'm not a big crier. I'm not a big person on apologies. I'm not a big person about being sympathetic. I'm not the type of person to show my emotions. I'm not the type of person to cry in front of nobody. But I got on the phone with my mom and I just started crying. I just started wilding. Like, I'm like, Mom, I'm hurt. You know, like, I don't know what to do. You know, my daughter was involved in this situation. You feel me? And that's why I'm really hurt. So, you know, she said, just come home, baby. You know, everything's going to be okay. You know, I'm here. You know, we all go through shit like this. You feel me? Like, and honestly, I thought my first heartbreak was bad, but this was the worst. So, I had my mind set on coming home that night. I really did. So, when he got home from work, when I seen him, that's when I really, like, broke down and just cried. Like, I couldn't believe this person that I thought wasn't gonna do me wrong like that actually did this shit to me. So, I'm sitting there talking about it with him and telling him, like, stop lying to me. Just tell me the truth. Like, just tell me the truth. You feel me? Like, I just want to know what's been going on. Like, just be honest with me. If you look at me and be honest with me, I believe in second chances. Like, just keep it a bean with me. Okay. So, mind you, I gave him opportunities and chances to keep it 100 with me. And he went ahead and said no. Like, I was messing with her at the same time I was messing with you, but it wasn't nothing like how I feel with you. He admitted, you know, to fucking with her after we sat down and talked and stuff like that. But in the midst of all of this, I also went and asked the females that she ran down the names to. I also went and asked them, was he fucking around with them? And I got the same answer from all of them. And I shouldn't even have to tell y'all what answer that was. So after I legitimately told him, like, yo, is there anything else you need to tell me? Is there anything else that, you know, you need to put out there that I need to know? I'd rather find out by you than any other bitch. Because I don't want no other bitch to sit here and clown me. He went ahead to say no. He said no. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing I need to tell you. So I said, okay. I ran with it. I took it and ran with it. I said, okay, cool. He stopped me from leaving. Pretty much, like, I was just already hurt. Not only that, but I already had deep feelings for him. Like, you feel me? From day one, we was together all the time. So, you know, I ended up staying the night. Again. I ended up staying at his house again that night. And I ended up staying, matter of fact, I ended up staying there for an extra 3 days. I woke up on the last day that I stood there, I want to say it had to be about, what, this happened on January 18th. I found out all of this. Okay, so the 20th or the 21st. The 21st. I woke up and I just felt off, you know, like I felt weird. I felt off. I wanted to go home. Like, I honestly, at that point, I just wasn't in a mood to be around him. Like, I needed my space. So I remember telling him, you know, like, was it worth it? Like, that's what you wanted? You wanted me to just hop up and leave, you know? Like, that was it? You was waiting for me to find out? Now, I don't know if it was because I was from a different hood than him that he thought I wasn't going to find out, but baby, I did. So, and I know y'all probably like, why the fuck you ain't leave him? Why you ain't leave him? Why you ain't leave him? Well, here's why I didn't leave him. About 2 weeks after I found out he cheated on me, I found out I was pregnant again. And that's when everything hit me harder. I cried almost every day in my pregnancy because I was hurt. But that's gonna be another story time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little too deep. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a little too deep, you know, but just to throw in there, he's a great father to my kids. I did forgive him because I love the shit out of that boy. Oh well, I don't give a fuck. Call me stupid if you want, whatever. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe, you know. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you are an old sub, then baby, you already know what it is. Period.
Now from the top, make it drop. That's some wet. That's some wet. And I get a bucket and a mop. That's some wet. That's some wet. I'm talking wop. That's some wet.